been catching up on maintenance of the parks. Fell a little by the wayside. We've been cleaning up striping at the Pacific Park, in addition to the striping we've done at City Hall. And we're completing the design of the interurban trail on the north side of Stewart Road. We're meeting with Gordon Trucking tomorrow to discuss that project so that they can see how that may or may not impact their facilities. We plan on getting that out to bid later in September, with it constructed in October, completion in November. It should be a relatively short order project. Goals for 2016, coordinate with Parks Board on some improvement projects so that we're working together as a team. And we have the appropriation of $1.8 million for the interurban trail. We will solicit for statements of qualifications from engineers within the next month. Get that underway so that we can get that constructed within the next biennium. If that money's available, we still have to verify that because this was a 10-year cycle, I believe, and the state was taking some of the first couple of years of money, so we may not be available to get money until about 2017 if we aren't able to do it immediately. We're still waiting to hear from the state on that. On the water side, we had a certified diver inspect the inside of the water tank. In the old days, you would have to drain your tank, but go in and physically inspect it, and then you had to disinfect it. Disinfect it, then you had to refill the tank, so you were wasting a whole bunch of water in order to do the inspection. Nowadays, we'll send divers and they get up on top of the tank and dechlorinate themselves, go into the tank. They're breathing externally to the tank, so they're not scuba divers. They actually have the hard helmet with a breathing apparatus going to the surface, or else it's done remote with robots that they can send in to do the inspection. This year we went with the certified diver. It's something that's required to be done every 5 years. We issued our annual consumer confidence report, letting people know that our water is safe to drink. We're meeting all of our requirements. We had a meeting earlier this year with the Department of Health to discuss our water system plan update. Those are required every 6 years. Normally we would have started on it by now. However, we asked for a little bit of a delay because we're constructing new water mains on Stewart and Valentine. We wanted to get the modeling completed after those are done to incorporate into it, which gives us a much better way to map out future capital improvements. 2016, we're looking at a rate study. It's been a while since we've had someone do a real detailed rate study, so we want to bring someone in that specializes in that to get a quality study so that the stakeholders will have confidence in the rates that we're presenting to them. We need to look at our SCADA system. This will overlap a little bit with the sanitary sewer as well. We want to look at ways to update some of the pump station in the sewer system so that it all comes through the same SCADA system here at City Hall so it can be better monitored. And we need to move forward with our negotiations on the meter replacement for the radio reads so that we can have better quality information when we close out reports when someone sells their property. And also it gives us better information if we suspect there may be a leak in someone's system so we can warn them much sooner, as opposed to when we do the monthly reads. We'll be able to do a monitor in real time and say, something doesn't look right here. We need to notify the customer of a potential leak. And we will complete the water system plan update that we will be starting later on this year. We worked together with King County on discussions with their upgrades of the pump station at First and Frontage Road. It was an interesting discussion. Normally we would have had them replace the full side of the road, a half street improvement. We discussed with them the feasibility of having them just do a simple patch and compensate us for the difference, so that we will have that as monies to go forward with frontage road in the future when we upgrade all of frontage road. With most of our grants, we have to have a local match, and this will serve as a local match for, or at least a portion of that, for that future project. We've been issuing more industrial wastewater discharge permits. We've had Northwest Cascade has come back into town, is operating water processing facility on Roy Road. We have another customer that moved in on Valentine Avenue that is processing concrete waste, and the water that they produce is high pH, so when they discharge back to the wastewater system, they must treat it beforehand, and so there's some extra things that need to be done there. Next year, we're going to develop our fog maintenance program, fats, oils, and grease. In the industry, it's referred to as fog, to make sure that we can reduce some of our sewer blockages, and we want to do some more education of the public. People have those big turkey fryers, and sometimes they dump all that grease down the sewer, and it creates some problems that we need to try and eliminate. We need to redo or upgrade the rate study. Again, that was discussed earlier. It's been a while since that has been done in a detailed level. In the past, most of our rate analysis has been, what do we need to make sure our costs are met. Now we need to also look at incorporate a few more capital improvements in there and getting those met as well. And again, the SCADA system and emergency power for the various pump stations. We're looking at what the options are there, and SCADA getting incorporated into the water SCADA system. Stormwater, everyone's favorite subject. We've performed public education outreach at both Pacific Days, Police Open House. We also had it at the waste collection on Earth Day. We had some additional public education available there. We've completed inspection of all of the public stormwater ponds within the city, and we're increasing our emphasis on the maintenance of private storm system, notifying the private property owners of their requirements and meeting with them as necessary to help them understand better what their requirements are. 2016, we need to increase our efforts in our Phase 2 stormwater permit. Now that we have level of staff, we're going to be able to do a much better job with that. We need to look at some code changes to meet the new requirements for low-impact developments. We've incorporated some of that in our public projects. Now we'll be looking at some of that in some of our private projects. We need to look at the increased funding for removal of storm drainage debris, catch basins. We did extensive work on catch basins last year, and we need to keep moving that project forward. And again, we need to get a rate study on the storm drainage. Streets. Completed a speed study on frontage road, adjusted the speed limit accordingly. Completed design environmental mitigation for the interurban trail on Stewart Road, and we're moving forward with that. We're working on pavement management study where they've done all the field work. Now we're just waiting to get more information back. We submitted 2 TIB grants this year for improvements to Milwaukee from 3rd down to 5th, and for continuation of the overlay project that was done last year. Next year, we will complete Valentine Road. It's progressing along. We will pursue grant funding for multiple projects, both West Valley for the right-of-way acquisition. The way the Puget Sound Regional Council applications work is you can get design plus 1 phase, which is either right-of-way or construction, because we know we have to purchase right-of-way on West Valley. We will go for the right-of-way next year. In 2018, we hope to pursue the construction funding. Stewart Road, we're working with Sumner to complete the corridor. They have funding for the design of the bridge. We're trying to catch up with them, so we will submit a grant application to get design and right-of-way money in early 2016. to complete that phase of the project, and then if we are successful at that, then we'll keep moving the design forward in conjunction with Sumner moving their design forward, so that hopefully in 2018 we'll be in a position to get construction money to complete the corridor and be done. West Valley Highway was already up there. Developing funding strategies to pay for continued street maintenance. Richard spoke earlier of the TBD as a potential source of revenues for that. More grant agencies are looking. That's one of the questions on questionnaires quite often is, do you have a TBD in place? Looks like I'm done.
Yeah, you're done. Thank you, Tim.
Good job.
You're welcome. You did a nice job pinch hitting for Lance.